Hi everyone, this is Mathieu Kadar, and I'm the ghost face in the opening scene in Scream 6. And yes, I'm the one who kills Samara Weaving, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, visitors, subscribers, my patrons, and of course, my channel members, otherwise known as, stay with me, my Cravenites. You know who you are. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, guys, here we are. It is bonus stream night on Thursday. You guys made it happen last night. If you weren't here, I streamed last night with Neil from Neon Black Reviews and Night from the Night Watch Zone. We talked about three of our favorite Scream. Well, Scream was mine, but three of our favorite Wes Craven movies. And it was a fun stream. It was a great stream. People have gotten a lot of great feedback about it. But one of the things I did was I did a super chat reward challenge, which I don't do on every stream. I won't do one tonight. You just never know when I'm going to do one. Sometimes it's an instant reward where if we hit the super chat goal, we'll sometimes extend a stream longer than planned. There's just different things that can happen, right? Also, sometimes it is a super chat instant, not instant, but reward challenge, and that's what I did last night. And we hit the goal, and the reward for it was to have a stream tonight. That was not planned. I was not planning to stream tonight because I know I'm streaming tomorrow with Night, and then on Saturday here on my channel. So it's going to be 4 nights in a row now. I'm going to be streaming, and so but you know what? You guys you stepped up and said we want you to do it, Craven. So I did it. Here we are, and I'm not even alone. I brought along a good friend who you all know, and if you don't know him, I should say, yeah, there's new folks that are joining. If you don't know him, you're going to meet him tonight. But for everyone that's been here for any amount of real time as a community member of the channel, you'll know this individual, and I'm going to bring him on in just a second. Before I do, real quick, hello to the chat. Blanket hello, guys. We've got over 30 folks that are coming in, so I can't really call everyone out by name, right? Because we are on limited time. As always, can't stream forever, as much as that would be fun sometimes to do. But a blanket hello, I promise you this, I see your names. I'm literally scrolling right now, and I'm seeing everyone that's here, and I thank you all for being a part of tonight's stream. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of fun and very interactive. We're talking Scream 7. And I want to mention something else. Something else that's very, very cool is tonight is also a special night because not only is it a reward stream from last night, but last month I did a rewards challenge, and you guys won the challenge again. And the prize of it was that the winner would be chosen on the random wheel, and they would get to pick a Scream-related topic for a future live stream in April. And it just so happened because I was already getting ready to plan the stream for the reward from last month and when it was looking at dates next week. Well, again, since this was unplanned and this was an impromptu stream since last night, I was like, you know what? Let's move it up and let's do it. So I want to give a shout out in the chat. She's here tonight, and I'm so glad. Stella G in the chat. Stella was the one who won the random wheel spin, and she sent me the topic that she would like to for us to discuss tonight, and that's what we are exactly doing. So, Scream 7, right? What do we need to see? That's the title of the stream. And what I mean by that is kind of twofold. What do we need to see in terms of our expectations and wants and wishes? But there's another side of the coin, and that is what do we need to see for the Scream franchise to remain viable, profitable, and forging forward into the future with Scream 8, 9, 10, just keep going. So it's kind of like thinking about it both ways, guys. So start thinking about, as you're in the chat, those ideas, right? What do you want to see? But also, what do we need to see to keep the franchise in the forefront of mainstream horror? All right, so that's what we're talking about tonight. And last thing, if you do have a burning question or comment, you can send a super chat. I promise you, I will put it on screen. We will address it, my guest and I, and I will not end this stream tonight until every super chat is covered. And if you see, now we're getting close to 40 people. So again, as you guys send in your thoughts and comments and theories, I will not be able to get to everyone's theories, okay? So don't take it personal if you're like, well, he didn't mention mine. Please understand it's because of time, volume, and our discussion on the panel. And it's just time flies, guys. So it's not a personal thing at all. But the super chat is a vehicle that you can use to get your question answered for sure. And finally, and Val is here tonight. The general Val is moderating the chat. Thank you so much, Val. Excuse me. Huh, don't you hate it when a little bug comes out of nowhere? My gosh. Anyway, um, Val posted this earlier, and I appreciate this, Val, because I don't talk about this enough during the live stream. But if you would like to become a Cravenite, a channel member tonight while I'm streaming, you can do so. Just as she said, if you're on a computer, hit the join button, or a tablet, I believe it's there. It's the join button right next to the subscribe button. All right. And there's a way I think you can do it also with an iPhone, but I honestly do not understand that process. So, but I can tell you this, if you can get to a laptop, desktop, you can absolutely see the join button. And there's also a link, and I'll try to get the link for the join that you can actually click in the chat, and it will allow you to join as well. So let's take a look and see what's going on tonight. All right. So, guys, we're now 40 plus. Let's get into it. I want to bring on, oh, and that's right. Thank you, Val. You also have a choice. You can be a Cravenite as a channel member or a Patreon member. And I have some that are on both platforms. They're like double Cravenites. They're on both. But yes, thank you, Val, for putting the link there to click on Patreon as well. I appreciate your support on either platform. It means a lot. It helps this channel continue to grow. I'm 3.5 years into it, and your support helps. Your super chats, your channel memberships is faithfully done every month. All of those things, guys, make an impact. Just know that, and it really makes a difference. So, having said that, let's get to it. My guest tonight is a master creator. He is talented beyond anything I've ever seen with what he does. It's so incredible. He's been gifting channel gifts for giveaway prizes here on the channel and Knight's channel for literally years, at least 2 years. and donating for Slay Fest, Halloween Fest, Bloody Lovers Fest, and any kind of a celebration stream. He's always like, just comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, I'd like to do this," or "I've got something I think I've got in mind for your stream." So generous. He does an amazing job, and he's a friend. And I want to bring him on. Please welcome. It is Mr. JT.
Hey, look
Yeah,
who it is.
here he is.
That's
JT,
right.
it has been far too long, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad we were able to do this tonight.
Oh, I'm pumped. It's been a minute, but you know what? The mic is hot. The stream's live. I'm running on caffeine and horror, like the great words of Stephen. Let's go.
Let's go. That's
Let's
right,
go.
man. I love that. Love it, man. And by the way, guys, JT has just launched a brand new channel. And I'm going to ask that all of you guys, we're at almost 50 people now. I would ask that you guys would all go right now, click that link. You don't even have to leave this stream. If you click the link, it'll open up in another window. And just smash that thumbs up button. He is getting ready to launch soon, right, JT? You're
Next
close.
week. Next Wednesday.
Next week. There we go. So next Wednesday, he launches content, and I'm going to be there for it. And I hope you guys will all be there as well. But let's help him grow the channel. He is a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours in the community here. Major contributor as a channel member, gifting memberships, giving prizes away. Just all the way around, very giving guy. So let's give back and get his sub count higher and higher, okay? So I'm asking you to do it for me tonight. I would appreciate it. And I know JT would as well. So
Oh yeah. And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.
heck yeah, man. Yeah. I can't
it's
wait.
Strictly streaming, folks. Strictly. I ain't doing
Strictly.
Videos.
Okay.
I'm doing shorts from the stream, but it's strictly, I mean, it's in the name.
It
live
is.
stream, so
On stream.
like, that's what
pretty
I thought
clear.
about. Like, nah, I don't want to do videos. Let's stream. Let's get, and the chat runs the show. Trust me, you'll find out when you're there. You'll see what the plan is.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And we got some folks subbing as well. I know Paula says she subbed. Spoof says you got my sub. Stella just subscribed. Yeah, let's go, guys. Val says she's singing it loud. Though I may stumble on my way, I'll be there. That's right. All right. Talking Star Wars just subbed as well, and so did Nathaniel. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next week we're gonna be talking about Stu Mocker and should he return. I know that sounds bad, but trust me, everybody knows I'm a Stu truther. I've been waiting for 26 years, so but I have a theory and opinion, and
yeah,
I'll
man.
see y'all there. We'll talk about it, and then y'all pick what we're gonna talk about next. You'll see. Yeah, you'll see.
I love it. We got to be there, guys. We got Stu Mocker stream. Come on, we are absolutely got to show up. I'm there. So, well, man, tonight's topic again, Stella. Thank you for a great suggested topic for winning the stream the challenge last month. And so JT, what we're going to talk about tonight is, what do we need to see in Scream 7 to keep the franchise moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily in terms of characters, but that might be some of it. But in terms of just keeping it prominent, keeping it in the forefront, so that people continue to go and buy tickets to making more Scream movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a great topic for tonight. And then, of course, what do we want to see in general, right? Just in general, I think is also very, very cool. And something else really quick that is also very cool is getting a super chat to support the channel. And look, right off the start, just to kick off the stream, Talking Star Wars sends a $5 chat. Thank you, bro. Says, do you think we'll see Stu in the trailer, or will they keep him hidden till the movie? All right, JT, I'll let you go first, and then I'll share
I don't
want
to see him in a trailer. I don't know. I kind of still want him as a surprise, because let's say, here's the thing, because to hype it up, okay, put him in the trailer. But if say he's only a flashback, and that I don't want that. That's kind of like oh really, man, really? But if he's in a movie, I don't want to see him. I want to keep me wondering, like, is he a flashback? Is he in the movie? So I really don't want to see him. I want that surprise, because I know I'll be upset. I mean, even if I get him in a flashback, I've been waiting so long, but I want more Stu. I'm like, well, in the trailer, kind of makes it seem like he's in the whole movie, but he's only in it for like a scene.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not
that
feeling that.
Terrible.
Hashtag JT's not happy. I would do the wah, but I don't want to reach over there because it's way over there, and I might hit the wrong button.
Oh, you're good, man. But dude, I agree. I don't want to. I mean, like, a part of me really wants to see him, but a part of me doesn't want to see him because of what you just mentioned.
You want the shine. You want that shine. You just don't want it.
Yeah.
And they kind of ruin things in trailers like 5. So I don't,
man. Totally.
It's just like, keep him hit. We know he's back. Let's keep it that way. At what extent? We're already wondering. And I think we need to keep that way. So Sydney, Gail, some other things, but no Stu, nothing like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I want that first look to be in the movie of him physically. But you know what? We can make as much logical sense, guys, as we want. But there's a fella named Gary Barber that runs Spyglass, and let me just tell you, I could see him saying, "Oh, we gotta have him. We gotta have him in there." I don't know if that's how he talks or not, but that's how I picture it. We gotta have him in there. You gotta get in the trailer, and because they've already announced his return, it almost makes me fear that they are going to show him because they've already announced him. And but you know what? There's one idea that I thought could be a compromise in the middle, and Primetime Chris suggested we hear his voice in the trailer. And what do you think about that? If we just heard his voice, we didn't see Stumacher. We just heard his voice.
Kind of like the last Skywalker that you heard the other Jedis. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. Yeah. But if I heard, I probably want to see, I want to hear old dialogue, especially in the trailer, because it's going to bring you back to 96. It's going to bring you back to Stu. It's going to be a scream or leave her alone, something funny. It's like, it's classic Stu. And then we're excited, and then we get to see him, and we get that shock and awe. It's like, we've been waiting 26 years. Here he is. New dialogue, I don't know, because I mean, I want to keep him is he? I don't think he might have like dark comedy to him, but I think he might be more serious if he's actually really in the film as like the main guy. I'd like to see him a little more serious, and I want to witness that when I'm in the theater, not really a trailer, because like, okay, I kind of understand. I want to be unknown. I want to walk in completely surprised.
Yep. I feel you, man. And I don't disagree with you at all, because I do want that first look visually to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And just soaking it all in,
Yeah. That's where I'm at. It's like, there he is.
Yes.
Especially if we're getting at the end of the movie, we don't see him yet. It's like, all right.
Oh man.
We know they're bringing out the good stuff. The finale. Okay. I got you.
The finale's coming. Yes. The third act is going to be, awesome. And talking to Star Wars, thank you, man, really, for your super chat. So appreciated, and really does, again, like I said earlier, help the channel here a ton. So thank you. And I want to play a super chat clip tonight, as I try to always do. And now, JT, I showed this one a little while back, but I haven't shown it in the most recent streams. And, sometimes when you're an actor in Hollywood, a director says, give me shock and awe on your face. Some of those scenes where they don't even have to say anything. Their face communicates it, right? You understand it. Well, this guy here, I think, got similar direction for his scene of showing shock. And I'll ask your opinion to see what you think, if he nailed it or not. Here we go. Check it out.
It's like that's how you wanted Stu to look with the TV, like, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
Emmy. I think he would get an Oscar for it. Really,
I mean, why not? Right?
I felt shocked for sure.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
probably he was influencing some kind of drug at the same time.
Yeah. Even the music with it was like
It's like,
very, somebody's on a little something,
like,
something
shut the
going
door,
on.
bro. If you don't want to,
Yeah.
like, if you don't want
Right.
to keep looking, I'm gonna shut that back. Nobody's seen that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's get started. And I do want to start with another idea from the chat.
Mm.
And thanks, Russell. Russell just subscribed.
Thanks, Russell.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's all.
That's all.
He gets,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
he gets to hear that again.
That's
That's all.
exactly. That's all. But DT Artman is joining us tonight, and I thought this was a good point
Mm.
to keep the franchise moving forward. Um, he feels it needs to follow the rules that will be established, like the established rules of Scream. And I think there's some validity to this. Really, I do. What are your thoughts on the importance of keeping Scream a Scream movie, no matter
Yeah.
what sequel number?
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you look at 5 and 6, they always talked about horror movies, but it seems like they're just making a joke of them now. Like they make fun of the horror tropes. And in the first really 4, they didn't, and they need to go back to that. You know, they need to go back to how, great horror movies was, and it seems like they turned like the legacy characters almost into a joke now. And they need, or like a curse in a way. Like the original was like, if you was a legacy, it's like it was a curse. You're doomed for the start. They definitely need to go back to that. I think Kevin Williams is going to do that. And it's the same thing as, listen to the fans, because we all say it, go back to how it was, but don't be one of those that's like, that you're trying to word it right. Don't go after like nostalgia as much. Like we like Easter eggs and stuff, but don't just feed into it. Don't just like, okay, because we want this Scream to be like a Scream film. And 5 and 6, not really. It's like it's like I was watching a Scream movie, but to me it didn't feel like a Scream movie, but it kind of did. It was really confusing. And let's just go back to the roots. Really what I'm saying. And you won't fail. And I think Kevin Williamson will do that. Hopefully.
I do too. I hope so as well. Because if anybody can, right?
Yeah.
He can be the one that does it. And thank you, DT. And Daniel's echoing the same thing. 7 might be back to its roots, and I think Kevin is the guy to do it. I agreed. Yeah, I really believe this might be a very special Scream movie. I hope and pray, JT, and I'm optimistic that when we watch this movie, it's going to feel like one of Wes's films. It's not going to be like Wes, but you know what I'm saying?
But it has the vibe. Pander was the word I was looking for. Listen to the fans, but don't pander. And a lot of movies do that. They just nostalgia. We don't want that. We want to go back to the roots. We want to feel like it's a Scream film. Even though it's not Wes, we're like, yeah, definitely has his vibe. He would be proud, basically. That's what I want to say. Yeah, Wes would be proud of this one. I don't know about 5. I don't think really if Wes would have been proud with 5. With the whole Dewey. Well, we're not going down that rabbit hole.
The Dewey.
That'll be 2-hour stream, and it's like that's stupid. I don't know why they do it. That's just dumb. They don't listen to the fans because everybody was like, "No, don't do that.
Don't do it."
Yeah,
and they did it,
and killed the character named Wes, who they tribute the movie to. It's like, let him at least survive. That would make sense for Wes, but we're killing Wes. Like,
yeah, we're gonna kill Wes too. Definitely some questionable writing choices. I agree.
Yes.
I still like the movie overall. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's a good story, but
there's a lot that could have. I agree. There's a lot of things. I can just say I would have done differently as a fan. Yeah,
especially looking back now. You know, like if you
Right.
watch a few times, like, yeah, why did that? That makes no sense. What? Huh?
Yeah.
Who? What? Where? When? What happened? What? I wasn't doing that
Yes.
when first seeing it. I was like,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, that makes no sense now.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. How did this happen? And there's a hole there.
He has a kid. He's with Sydney for 2 years. He's his
Right.
dad. He did exactly the same thing his dad did. So it's like it kind of like to me, 5 squandered 6 a little bit because they made him a hypocrite. You know, he went after Sid because of his mom, but he did the same thing and got a girl pregnant. So it's like they should have. I always said it should have been Stu, should have been the father.
Oh yeah, that would have been really awesome, man.
And if
Seriously.
he is alive, how Sam
Yeah.
like thinks he was dead. Like, surprise, no, I'm actually alive, and that would have really screwed her up, and we would got some intense stuff. But
It could have been really awesome on that. To your point there.
but they listened to the fans apparently.
Yeah. Well,
Gary Barber that kills laptops.
Gosh, he killed Gary Barber, and he teamed up. He teamed up with Amber, and
Amber Slothman.
there you go. And they destroyed my laptop, man, because I knew they weren't happy with what I was saying. Any of you that have been here a long time, you know what we're referencing.
That's old school.
Goes back.
That goes
old
back.
School.
That's old school.
Oh man, so I agree. We definitely need to make this really make this feel like a Scream movie. And everything I've seen, the behind the scene photos. In fact, JT, in case you haven't seen this, I'm going to play a clip if I still have it. Let me see. I may have had to clear it out, but let me just check real quick. Because if I have it, yeah, I do have it. Good. I'm going to show you this clip, and you guys, maybe some of you here haven't seen it as well. So these are images that my source, who was on location when they filmed in Dallas, Georgia, which was the downtown Pine Grove. And they provided me these exclusive images that no one had seen before. And I was so privileged that he did this. And I put it into a video. But just tell me when you're watching this video, and some of it may not look that way, but the feel, like the look of the town, I think it just feels like Woodsboro when I see this. So check this out. And then we're going to talk about it. Here we go. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, we saw some of the locations, Sydney's house, her neighbor's house.
Definitely, it reminds me of Woodsboro. It also gives me a Haddonfield vibe too. You know, especially when that shot down the street. Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely got that feel, you know. And these pictures was really weird because, you know, I always when I research something, I want to be accurate. I go to ChatGPT. I don't know. There's no transparency to me. They mentioned these pictures in ChatGPT.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
man?
Somebody has these pictures, and it was these pictures, but you didn't see them. I'm like, so you're in ChatGPT, bro. It's like I know who they're talking about. It's like,
That's it,
but
man.
yeah, I'm very excited. Pine Grove is like, it seems like she moved and looks like a small little town, which,
Yeah.
quiet, which probably not going to be quiet very much longer. But that
Mhm.
bar scene, there better be a chase there.
Oh,
There
yes.
has to be a chase. If not, like, come on, man. Look,
I
because
know, all
you
those
figure that's where
long
everybody would
spaces.
go. It looks like a small
Yes,
town that's where everybody would go.
that's right. Everyone
Mm.
goes to hang out at that bar and grill, and the rumors are that, because they shot there for a few days.
There
So they
has
got
to be a
and it was
chase
all
scene.
interior shots, JT, all interior.
Hmm.
Um, so in other words, there's a lot going on in probably, and it could be like spread out
Yeah.
over the movie, like you're talking about, people going back and all of those long hallways you could chase down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I
You
wish
could
I
have
had this.
Ghostface like pop it in through like a
Yeah.
one of those booths. And so
Oh,
he'd be out
yeah.
of like blur distance. And you see him, and then he
Yes.
goes, that, oh man.
You could totally do that, man. And there's like one section where the restaurant is, where those booths were.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you may have noticed it, but if not, on the side of it was windows going all the way down. And those windows see over to the bar section. So
So
you
he
could
can look
literally,
in. Yeah. I
yeah, you
see
could
where
have a
you're going.
scene.
Yeah.
Sydney could peek up, or anyone could peek up and see Ghostface looking around trying to find him, or vice versa.
Or if they got
And
a mirror, they're standing in a mirror and you see Ghostface like in 96 where they're at the grocery store and you
yeah,
look in the like
bingo.
the mirror and you seen Ghostface like peek, that'd be cool. That give you 96 vibes for sure.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
hope he
man.
does something like that. Cause I
Me
always like looking in
too.
the background. Like, especially like a Halloween film, like, all right, where is he at? It's just to see like is Michael there? But now it's like every horror movie, I'm listening, but I'm like, what's going on in the
Yep.
background? There he is. And then we got, hey,
Yes.
did you see he was standing there? No. And then you rewind, I'm like, I didn't see it. I'm weird, man.
I love that. No, those little nuggets, man. And
Ugh.
Scream, especially the first four,
Oh
especially
yeah.
you needed to watch them 2 or 3 times minimum,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of stuff going on and you don't catch it all the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I agree. I want that kind of movie again.
Hmm.
And I really do believe if we get that kind of Scream film again, I believe their Scream franchise has nothing to worry about.
No.
It's going to continue to thrive. I
Yeah.
really do.
If this be a success and hopefully they do a trilogy and,
Yes.
and
Yes.
technically, if they let Kevin do it, it's still fresh eyes. And that's what really a franchise needs to do. Like it's not horror, but if you look at the Planet of the Apes, look what they did
Okay.
with Caesar.
Yeah.
New eyes, kept it still classic. They did an Evil Dead Rise. New eyes,
Yep.
still respect the classic. I think
True.
that's what he's going to do here. And hopefully that's what he continues to do. I really do. Cause he's been with Wes in the 4 films. So
Sure was,
he knows
man.
what he
Aw.
thinks and he saw it. He was there. So I think we're in good hands.
Yeah. I do too, man. And you know what else is in good hands is my channel, because look at JT
1 month,
celebrating
baby.
1 month. Here we go, buddy. We're starting to count down over uh 1 month on the channel at the director's level cut, which I really appreciate that very much, JT. And so it's great to have you. Happy anniversary. And
Thank you. So it's 1 month, but technically it's 27 months. Because on the other channel.
basically that
But
it is,
I'm going
because
to
you've been
confuse a lot of people like, what? How? You
yeah.
just create 27? What?
That's right. You're right, buddy. You've been, cumulatively speaking, you've been a member for 2.5 years
Yeah.
now. I mean, a long time.
And I agree, you do need a 3-year. So we got to get together and, think.
Ooh, yeah, buddy. We do, yeah, because my big anniversaries are in the end of the year,
Mhm.
because I've got my 4-year channel anniversary this year on September 4th. And we'll mark 4 years, and then I've got my birthday stream in December,
Mm.
which is not that far away from it. But then we also have milestone streams, like
Yeah.
if I'm able to hit 14,000, I'm pushing for now. then we're gonna celebrate. And then the big one, 15.
Yeah,
That's a huge
that's a
milestone
big.
at 15.
You'll
So
get it.
I
I
hope
will
so,
be
bro.
surprised if you don't get 14, 15
Hmm.
by the time Scream 7, if not definitely when Scream
Hmm.
7, because I mean, you're doing all the
Yeah.
news about it. So,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and
Well,
people
thank
do
you.
that. Like, they don't look into it. Then after they watch it, they look into like
That's right.
what's going on. Like,
Yep.
anybody got behind the scenes. I'm guilty of it. Like, I haven't paid attention to this film and I watch it and then I go to
Yeah.
YouTube and then that's
Yeah.
how I find channels really. So,
Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude.
yeah.
It's completely fine. I mean, whether people would find out on the front end or the back end, it's all good to me. I think that because it's beneficial either way, and I don't take my videos down,
Yeah.
so you can go back and watch my theories on Scream 5 if anyone even wants to see them way back.
That's how I found you with Scream
That's
5 and
right.
Halloween Kills, I believe. It was Halloween Kills. That's how I found you. You was live.
Yes,
And you
yes,
had
it
Jake.
was,
You had Jake on. And I'm like,
dude.
subscribe. I'll never
Yes.
forget that, bro. Because I was like Scream 5,
Oh,
and horror channels. And I was
yeah.
looking for live. I like live. I prefer live.
Yep.
I like that,
Hmm.
that you talk to the chat, that interaction, that live interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, reading comments and responding comments, that's not bad. But when you get that live interaction, it's
True.
it's
It's
like a
different.
high that you can never describe. It's kind of like wrestlers when they go out and hear that big pop. Well, when we
Yeah.
talk to you folks, that's what we get. It's like we're in a
Yeah.
good mood. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. You can't believe it. People like me. It's
They really like me.
they really like me, man. Or they just joining just to make fun of me. That's okay because they're still giving me
Ah,
attention.
I mean, hey, and I'll just hide this ban it from the channel, and that's fun too. If it has to happen, I mean, I'll
Yeah.
I'll do it. I know, but no, seriously, you're right, and there is a whole different energy and feeling when it's live. It's
Mhm.
all happening right now. No net. It's we're going,
Yeah. No
and
script. We
no
never do
script.
scripts. I
No, no.
sure don't.
I
Yeah.
never have a script. The only time I have anything close to that is if I'm doing an interview
Yeah.
of a director, actor, stunt performer that's different because I want to
Yeah.
make sure I hit everything I want to hit
Yeah.
about their careers and their films. And outside of those interview streams, and even then they're loose, you've seen them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have some bullet points,
Yeah.
but half the time I don't get to half of them because we just go with the conversation leads, and that's
Mhm.
to me that's the best experience
Yeah.
on a live
I
stream.
used to have
I'm
them when I do
Yeah,
a video because I always
yeah,
did a face video, but
uh-huh,
like I'll write something down, but I never really stuck to it because I'm like, why'd I put that? I don't say that. I got to put my style on it. So, I'm like, no, let's
yes,
make that and change that and that and that and that. And so,
bingo,
but
man.
yeah, when you're doing it straight from the hip, people tell it's real, it's raw. There's no transparency, and people like that because they could tell it's like, oh yeah, he's reading. It's like who says that?
Yeah,
I'm appalled. Who says appalled? No, we
I'm
say that's
appalled.
dumb or that's stupid.
Yeah, I'm offended or
Um,
something,
and
but
they always
yeah.
put their hand on their chest like I'm so offended, and they shake their head. Nobody does that. Nobody. It's like, oh, this is bullshit. That's what this is.
I think somebody out in the
Anyway,
parking lot has your Grey Poupon waiting for you.
it's like you see how the stream just takes a U-turn when OJT's on it. It's like we get serious. Like, you know what? Who talks like this?
Oh gosh.
Uh, I miss
Man,
it though.
I mean, I know. I seriously. Real quick, we got a super chat from, hey, Stella G, who is the one that suggested this topic. And
Mhm.
you did a great job, Stella. And she sent a $5 super chat tonight. Thank you. I'd love to see Stu as part of recreated flashbacks to previous films during his big reveal. He's alive at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Wouldn't that be great, JT, if we got flashbacks showing Stu involved in Scream 3? And maybe instead of Angelina, although I still think it's her,
Mhm.
maybe Stu was there as well
Yeah.
and helping out. And in Scream 2, remember Wes filmed a shot from a helicopter on that tower of the college there. And when Sydney's walking across the sidewalk in that closing shot, he had a ghost face standing in the tower. And he shot it both ways, one with it, one without it. And he went with the one without ghost face. But imagine if that had been in, that could have been Stu. We could theorize like, well, who was that?
It had to be Stu. It's like
had to
we
be
would
Stu.
think it's Stu. It had to be Stu. Yeah. The flashbacks. I want a fake out. Okay, this is the one on my wish list on 7.
Okay.
So either two types of fake outs. Either they show that it's a flashback to Stu, he was Roman and everything, and then that's it. But he comes back. They make us think he's dead, and then he reveals himself at the end. It's like, oh, so the flashback was real, but never really showed that he died. They're saying he died, but didn't. Or Ghostface kills the opening kill, like whoever it might be. Let's just say somebody random. Okay. Then at the end, that person supposed to be killed wasn't killed, and it's a Ghostface. They never did the opening like that. Now they did Quinn and all, but I'm talking about the opening kills. Like, oh, she's the opening kill. Then found out no, she's actually a Ghostface at the end. It was
you're right. That's new. Yeah. Would be interesting. So obviously, whoever,
because it could be somebody new, and if you kill them, we're not going to expect. Okay, that's the opening kill. Yeah. We brung the opening kills back. Awesome. That's where you're going. Yeah. And then at the end, it's like, wait a minute. Nope, there was no opening kill. It was all bull. The trick us, the viewers.
Trick us. Yeah. Yes. Kind of like what Kevin's idea was for Scream 3 when Stu was going to be running the cult of high school kids from prison, and they were all faking the deaths. They weren't actually dead. They were going to rise, kind of like April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
The movie, which is, I love that old classic 80s film. But it was kind of one of those things where they were going to be there with Sydney at the end, and they're all stand up. And because they think they're dead. They're laying on the floor. They're playing dead. Now, there would be actually dead people, but the way I understand it anyway is that the ones that were doing the killings were killing each other, and they would, you think they're dead, but they all stand up.
That'd be cool.
Ooh, man.
I was thinking about his fairy tale thing. What if he got away and almost kind of like a Young Guns 2. Remember how Doc became a teacher?
Yeah,
Stu completely changed his identity, and he's at Pine Grove as that fairy god, maybe as a stage director or whatever, and then Sydney runs into him. Or they found out that Stu's alive and she finds him. Because he says, I'm like a fairy godmother, and you see that place, like, well, what if he's working there under another disguise, another name? Anything's possible, and then that's how and he's still doing this. We're not gonna say Stu's innocent. He's still behind, but he's literally behind the scenes.
Wow.
And then you see, Sydney runs into him. It's like, oh, you're not dead. And they say, what? Or it comes at the big reveal. Surprise. Mr. Johnson or whatever his name, but the student or her daughter, like, Mr. Johnson? And then she goes, no, that's Stu. And it's just, it's like, what?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Man. I mean, and what I love about these theories is they're fun. And number one, they're fun to talk about and think about them. Number two, until that movie comes out in February of next year, anything could plausibly happen.
Anything's possible, man.
Yes. And that's what's so
And we don't have to see him. It's just we know her teacher's Mr. Johnson. And who's that? Oh, he's the director of my play that I'm doing. And then you see him at the end. It's like, wait a minute. We can get the flashback of Stu. So it's all connecting it. Then at the end, Mr. Johnson is Stu. But he did something better, like, of course it's me. No, it'd be like, I always had a thing for Sid.
Always had a thing. That's right. Ooh. And he could even say, if they wanted to just change it a bit, I still have a thing for you, Sid.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what I would say. I'd still have a thing for you, Sid.
Yeah. Playing on that, like you say, on his quote from the first movie.
There ain't no TVs in here. So if he really wants to be goofy, he's like, ain't no TVs in here, or TVs are too small. Smart TVs.
Exactly.
Sid. They're thin.
Absolutely. These things are nothing now. They just break and fall apart.
Yeah, you just throw a toothpick at them when they break. So it's like you're good. You're good. But she'll probably kill him like see if you can survive this, and I won't be surprised if she drops something on his head. Like something heavy and something like going back to 96, like you didn't die the first time, we'll make sure, then come back from that and boosh, which I hate to see, but
well, I hate to see it too, but at the same time, if they're gonna kill Stu off in this movie or any of them, it's gotta be definitive.
Oh yeah.
Like we can't even have a hope.
There's no way. It's like there's no like Michael Myers and Ends. Like no. There's no way. There's no way he's back. There's no if way. So he must have had a twin brother, but and I want Sydney to be like Riley from Alien. I think I'm butchering her name.
Ripley.
Thank you. Ripley. Strategic, defensive, more like cranked to 11. She was kind of like that in 5. But I want it to 11. Like she's a badass. It's like she ain't putting up with this anymore. That's what I want to see from Sid. Just a whole Terminator, Sarah Connor, and Ripley meshed into one. That's what I want.
Me too, buddy. Well, Stella, great comment and theory, and I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see these flashbacks connecting Stu. It would be wonderful. We only really need one, honestly.
Yeah. Between him and Roman. Roman has to be, and it has to be 96 or 2 or 3.
Or 3. It's
3 most likely.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But if it's 96, I want Tatum to be the third killer because she said some things in Scream that made me go like, I think she was a part of it. I think she got Steve because
really,
if you remember when Sydney fell asleep on the couch, right? And then she woke up. She she's supposed to be buried at 7 hours past 7. But she said, "Don't worry," because Stephen and Casey didn't bite it until after 10. How does she know? How does she know the time that they literally got killed? I was like, and I wrote it down. Like you could say news, but I'm like, that was real specific. Like late after 10.
It was specific. Well, and if we go with that theory, just while we're kicking the tires on it. That means the garage scene, she would have known that was Stu, and she was like toying with them, like, "Oh,
like she was a kid."
Me, Mr. Ghostface.
And that's another thing. There's actually murders taking place, and she's going to be kidding like that. No,
right? Yeah.
I always thought that Stu was probably going to be a patsy because when I watched 96 and how Billy was stabbing him, I don't think Billy wanted him to survive. He was going to take the fall. I think Billy wanted to be the only survivor, and then of course that blew up in his face. But she had to know because she said, "Oh, Randy," unless Randy was involved. But she had to know it was Stu. He sent her to the garage. The ghost face was tall enough. He knew the house. I think Tatum could have been the third killer, or at least an accomplice. If not a killer, at least accomplice with Steven. Because at the beginning of the shot, you see the swinging. What if Tatum was sitting there? She was on the phone with Casey, and Stu was just waiting, and because Billy just showed up at Sid's right after, so it's like
right after, after they hung her up on and he went straight to Sydney's house.
Yeah, so it's like,
yeah, man,
could Tatum be part of it if she knew, and that was the plan, just to get rid of her. Stu and Billy's plan, we're getting rid of them. Only survivor in Billy's mind. No, I'm only going to be the survivor, and that's why he kept on stabbing Stu. Yeah, he was angry, but. And we can do this all day, buddy. But that's what I'm saying.
We could do this literally all night long. It's so fun. I mean, this is what makes this so great, everybody, because we can unless it's really like, out there, like totally unrealistic. Most every theory that I hear and communicate with with folks on the live streams and in comments on videos, they're all practically plausible to happen. That could happen.
Well, when she was talking to Sydney about her mom, it's like, we had heard that there's more stuff, and she goes, "So you believe it?" It's like, well, but it's like it kind of seemed like, okay, did Dewey and Tatum's father had an affair with her mother as well, and then you kind of see it that way. It's like, then I would understand why she's with Stu. Stu's doing it because maybe the best friend. But maybe she's because maybe her mother had an affair with her father, and maybe Dewey don't know about it. So that's why she's doing it. Because it's like, a lot of people are saying it's more things. I had to write something in the sense of that's like it's way back, and there's apparently more. And that's when Sydney's, oh, you believe it? It's like, well, you hear it. So like, and then they change the subject. So it's like,
Yeah,
you go back and watch stuff. It's like,
yeah,
why would you say that? It's like, like it's true. Like she knows it's true. Like she heard it from somewhere. So I wonder if she was there with Billy and Roman and Stu.
Interesting. I love it, dude. Great theory. And going back to Scream 1. And that's what I love, guys. Like, we have a topic, we start there, we go there. But we take rabbit trails, man. We exit the freeway all the time and come back. Yeah. It's great. It's great stuff. Stella, thank you for, again, tonight's topic and for your super chat tonight to help the channel. And it really means a lot. And for your super chat, I think I want to play a clip that sometimes, when you're a rock singer and or anything, actually, if you create things, you want your audience, whoever they are, of whatever you do, you want them to feel it. Like JT, when you create something and someone gets it, you want them to feel the passion you put into it. And I'll let you be the judge of this because these folks here, they are wanting us to feel it. Here we go.
Do you feel that? Wow! Oh, wow!
You know who she sounds like? The pervert, on Famous Guy. I wonder where the paper boy is. Guess who?
Dude.
As soon as she's about, I'm like, it sounds like it's pervert on Family Guy.
Can you feel it?
Oh, I felt it. I felt it.
That's right. Disturbed. I know. It's like, come on. They are so bad that the YouTube algorithm doesn't even pick it up for copyright claim. And they're playing the track from the actual band. That's how bad it is, dude. I'm like,
they're searching everything, and that pops up, and they're like, oh,
no, yeah.
We'll just skip that. That's like never. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, the algorithm's like, you're right. Moving on.
Let me and you do it.
That. Yeah.
It's like as soon as we hit upload, pow, copyright. Mike, it didn't even go through the whole video.
No, doesn't matter.
There's a reflection of a shirt from Disturbed that we copyrighted. Like, what?
Yeah, right.
The thing is fine. Oh, they're just bad.
That's right. The shirt, and it was a backward reflection. That doesn't matter. We're going to still do it.
Yeah, we're still going to do it.
We're going to do it. Hey, real quick, we got a couple of super chats that have come through. Right. And also, Jeff Heel has gifted, look at there, JT, 5 memberships tonight. All right. Thank you, Jeff. That's awesome, man. Jeff is always trying to grow the community here and gifting memberships so regularly. It's so awesome. And Jeff, thank you for that, man. That is super kind of you to do. And I hope that if you're here tonight and you got one of those memberships, do please thank Jeff if you haven't already in the chat and let him know you appreciate it, because that's very, very generous of him to do. And speaking of Jeff's generosity, let's keep it going. Sends in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Jeff. Man, he says, I got to say this before. Let me just read it. Then I got to say this before, but I wanted to say this really bad. I want to see this really bad, excuse me, at the end of the movie, okay? You think it's over. Can I get one more phone call from Ghostface? And it's Stu. Yeah. Yeah, man. That cliffhanger ending, which I know we've talked about a little bit, but here's what I think. I say, JT, I have no problems with a cliffhanger ending like this, as long. Here's my one caveat: they have to be guaranteed Scream 8. You got to. Like 5 and 6 were locked together. Remember, they
Yeah.
signed them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to have done that for 8 because otherwise, you run the risk of doing what Wes went through,
Yeah. And that's
and
just no good.
that's no good.
And I
Yeah.
don't want to wait another year and then it says, oh, it's not happening. We canceled it, which happens a
Oh,
lot
man.
now. They're canceled. Like Blade got canceled. Like a lot of these movies are getting canceled.
Yeah.
And I'm going into the theater because yes, it is Scream 7, but Matthew Lillard said he's coming back. You know why I'm going. You know the main reason why I'm going to see it. And I want to see him. Now, if that's like a cliffhanger, like maybe it is his voice. Maybe he took the kids and she gets home and they're not there. Then you get the phone call. Then you hear, I still have a thing for you, Sid. And then it ends. Oh my God. I would like, they're going dark. I would love like, oh dude, come on. But I'll be scared because like, if this don't get canceled, I'm going to be so mad. So I just give them to me now. I just give them to me now and let me just bathe in stew because I've been like this guy 26 years. You're going to constantly hear me over the stream saying I've been waiting 26 years. I never believe he died. I'm like, you show me where a dead pulse. He's dead. I'll believe it. This is horror. Man. Everybody comes back.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I want Stu. If it's at the end of the movie, that's fine. Build it up because I'm like, where's he at? Where's he at? I'll be like this. It's just like, where's Stu? Okay, Sid, Gail. Where's Stu? And then he sees it. Then I'm like, oh. But then I'm scared at the same time, bro. Because like if 7 and she ends him, like there's no arguing about it. What next? Because we've been waiting 26 years for this.
It's true.
Oh, it's over. I'm like, now
it's over.
What am I going in for now? Because I got what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good point, man. It would be so the finality of Stu being really gone, like it's done. It's never gonna. He's never coming back. It's like that is very sad because I mean
it's like where do we go
has been rolling. Yeah, I know.
I mean, Angelina maybe, but it won't have the effect of Stu.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like because every movie we wonder, could they put something in here, Stu? Like I do every time. I was like, we're gonna get something like 5 and 6. Are we gonna get something, Stu? And then they talk about Stu. And what you smile? Like, oh, there's his clothes he was wearing. It's like there's the TV. I remember that, and then we won't really have that when he's gone. It's like, well, it's not Stu. Randy? Like maybe he faked his death. That'd be the biggest. Like, what?
Yeah, maybe we switch to Randy. Or I can say Angelina, who's always going to be on my list, always. But yeah, I'm all for this though, Jeff, in terms of getting that cliffhanger. As long as we've got 8 in the books, they've already locked it up. Then do it. Let's do that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, JT, the conversations and theories that we would have for a year waiting up to the Scream 8, knowing he's alive?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
And he's going to be in a big part of it. Yeah.
Big part of it.
Going to go crazy.
Gosh, dude.
And you would have to do something to get that phone call. So either kidnap the daughters or kill her father. Like kill her father. Because we don't know if her father's going to be in this one. And if not, where's he at? So you can leave that he killed his father. Who did this in the telephone ring? And then it's Stu, which they tried to do that in 96.
Right.
Blame the father. So
he did.
Carrying on, so we thought we did get the mastermind, but it wasn't Stu, but Stu's alive. He'd been watching the whole time.
Yeah.
And then he's going back to fulfill what him and Billy wanted to do. And then his nephew get killed. So he would have, a reason, even though he wasn't the greatest guy, it's still family, but it had nothing to do with Sydney. But he can blame this whole Sydney. Everybody's going after Sydney. And my nephew died. And Leslie Mocker, she'd be mad, more than anybody because losing a son. Yeah, losing a brother, losing a son, it's a different ballpark, so.
It is, man. No, for sure. If they reveal the other Ghostface killers in the movie, but we don't see. Now, here's the other thing. Is if it is a cult of Ghostface, if it is, it may not be, but and let's say the leader of the cults, which would be Stu, and we'd be hoping for, never shows their face, and they always talk with a voice changer.
Then they're probably doing AI, and that's what I kind of wanted with the 7.
Mhm.
You got to start getting with the technology. Everybody has cell phones, and AI has
Yeah.
like look at some of these AI videos, right? So
Oh,
Stu can
crazy.
make it like he's alive, but he's actually dead, And I think we need to step into technology. I like to see like doing something with TikTok, streaming like he's
Mhm.
like she's getting chased, and everybody thinks like it's a big game. Something with streaming because that's big now. We need to start stepping in technology, but still, I know it's going to be kind of hard keeping with the roots, but it can still be done. But a voice changer has
Yeah.
to be AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you think it's AI, then it's actually Stu. So
It's
you're getting
actually
like,
not.
oh, it's not
Yes.
him. But then it is him. You know what I mean? It's like, so he's using an AI to fool everybody he's alive, but he's dead. They can go so many ways with this. That's why I can't wait till the 27th, buddy. I can't.
Oh, I hear you, man.
I
No,
can't.
it's
It's like, well, and they could keep it simple, which is fine. Some movies need
absolutely.
keep it simple, and then and that's really what Scream really was. Not over the top. The tension was there, wasn't over the top, and it was just simple. And I think that for me, that's why it worked. I watch it. It's like it's not this and this and this and this. You're sticking to a story. You're following the dialogue, the characters, and that's why I like. 5 was they had too many people with 6. I think it was way too much. You didn't feel that with the others screams. Like Wes, which he did do it. He placed everything right, and that's why I'm saying keep it simple. It's like here's your character, here's the next scene here and here. We're taken to a journey. I don't want something just out of the ball like what that makes no sense. Like Billy being a dad, that kind of threw me. It's like, but I don't think we're gonna get that. I think it's gonna stick. The legacy. We're gonna have new faces, but hopefully they don't. I want Sydney to be center stage. Basically, what I'm saying in this one.
Same.
Yeah.
Same here. All right. Well, Jeff, listen, thank you for your very generous super chat, man. Seriously. Much appreciated. Um, for your super chat, for this clip, I've been showing this a little bit lately, and it's an interesting concept. So JT, we always hear about future improvements, futuristic things, technology, as you were just mentioning, and here is here is an interesting. I'm gonna take this off the screen so we can all see it real well. Thank you, Jeff, for that. But here is an interesting potential future home invention. See what you think about this.
And in the bathroom, something we've never seen before, an electronically disguised toilet.
What? And
Yeah,
the sound
man.
it makes like that's like maximum overdrive. That's what I wouldn't sit on it. I wouldn't take would not take a chance at all.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if it was a maximum overdrive, how horrifying that could be? Oh my gosh.
You're just waiting to take that 13-pound dumper and it just crushes you like Jason did on Freddy versus Jason's phone jump in half. And it's not really disguised because it's sitting next to the tub, but yeah.
Right.
What will they think of next?
Exactly, bro. Seriously, man. My gosh. You know what? Jeff is not done yet. Jeff sent another $10 super chat. Thank you, Jeff. Says, do you think Stu was one of the killers in Scream 3? That's my theory. Him and Roman were working together the whole time. And when Roman died, he kept himself hidden for waiting for the right time, waiting for the right time. Yeah, I mean, I love this idea. I love Angelina, but I also really love this idea. So I know we touched a little bit on this a little earlier, but JT, how do you feel about this? If we're going to get a reveal and a flashback that Roman's accomplice was either A, Angelina, or B, Stu, sorry, I blanked out. Which do you prefer to see, or do you have a preference on either one of those?
Well, it would make more sense for Stu because Roman helped him. You know, he gave him pointers in the
Mm,
first one. So he wanted his mom dead more than anybody. So who would Stu go to? I think he would go to Roman. You could say all three of them, honestly, because you could say that
right.
maybe, I know I said Angelina could be Stu's sister because if she was in college, it would make sense why he wasn't there in 96. She wasn't around and changed the name and teams
Mhm.
up because somebody, if you drag somebody off like that, it means you care. It's like it's personal,
Yeah,
If it wasn't,
exactly.
they would just leave. If they actually died, they would just leave
Yeah.
them there. It's like, okay, they're taking the fall. But she got dragged off, even if it might have been fake, could have been a folded up knife when she got stabbed. Could just like look at Roman, the possibilities there. So there could be three. We could see that. But if I had to pick, Stu for me makes more sense. He would go to him for hiding because he came up with a
Yeah.
plan. I think Roman could hide him in L.A., new disguise and everything. I think he
Oh,
would
yeah.
go. I think he would go back to Roman.
That makes sense. All of the what's the word I'm looking for? All of the resources and tools of
Mhm.
Hollywood, literally, he could
Oh yeah,
use.
yeah.
And, you know, I think that does make a lot of sense. And also, I'm going to say this: if Roman had and Stu were both involved with the Scream 3 murders, it also doesn't necessarily eliminate Angelina
Mm.
as
No,
being a part of it as well.
yeah. She
And
could have been part of the first one instead of like,
that's true.
she could have been there with Roman, and instead
She's
of
the
brother
right
and
age.
sister,
Mhm.
they could have been lovers. We just go
That's right.
we'll say it, and which would
Yeah,
make sense. So Stu would go to them. So, yeah, in Hollywood, he could
absolutely.
disguise him, give him a job like as a janitor or something.
Something.
Something you could
Yeah,
hide under the radar, under the grid very easily, especially back then. So, definitely Stu would go to Roman. That'd be my pick.
absolutely. I think I agree with you, bro. I think so too, man. If Stu is in play for 3, then let's go with Stu. I mean,
Mhm.
that's pretty darn cool, um, if you ask me. So,
Which I
all
wouldn't
right.
like it because that's why 3 was my favorite. Because until I'm proving wrong, Roman was the only killer, and he was directing the movie, and he was killing people, and that's pretty smart. So that's why Stu would go with him. But if we get the flashback, like, okay, I still like 3, but all right. It's like Stu was there. That makes it okay. Stu was there. So it's still my favorite because look, that's Stu
That's
that
it.
did that.
Hey, keeping it alive, man. Keeping it alive.
I'm
Love
never
that.
wrong. That's what I'm just finding a reason that I'm never wrong.
Oh gosh. All right, Jeff. Thanks, man, again for your super chat. And speaking of Stu, it's only appropriate, man. Let's get Stu up here on the screen, man. It's time to do it. Let's play some Stu clips here, or a Stu clip. And if for any of you ever were wondering for sure or not whether the story, and you've heard me talk about it, JT, a bunch over the time, that Stu was going to be the killer in Scream
Mhm.
3. Well, Matthew cleared it all up quite a while back. And here's the clip to show you why we've been saying this was the case. Here we go.
Well, I have an incredible piece of trivia, which I don't, probably nobody really knows. That Scream 3 was in pre-production, and I had actually been hired to come back in Scream 3 as the killer. And then when Columbine broke out, they scratched the entire script. They scrapped it. Because it had something to do with high school and taking over kids and making them do terrible things, and the producers were like, Wes was like, we have to. I mean, Bob was, we can't go this way, and so I actually was paid to be in Scream 3, and never had a chance to fulfill it.
Till
There you
now.
go. That's right.
Till now. And
Till
that's what I was
now.
hoping they go back to what the original, 3 is supposed to be,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we'll see.
man.
We'll see. I'm sure. I
I hope
mean,
so.
Kevin had an idea. He could have been, you know what? How about we go back? It's been long enough. how we originally was going to do in 3, because you know, if
Right.
you look at 5 was kind of like the first one, and 6
Yeah.
was kind of like the second one. So if they're going to do the third one, except don't put in LA, go back to where they originally was going to go to. And I
Yeah.
think it'd be like, okay, we can see that, because you're
Yeah.
hitting that a lot. There's influencers now, like YouTube influencers and everything, that could be a big part of this movie, that you can easily take over kids. Being he could be not really an influencer, or he might be working with an influencer. There might be a big influencer bringing people into the cult. I mean, they can go anywhere now, and that's why I'm so pumped for this
Anywhere.
movie.
Oh yeah. I'm just so ready for it to come out, man. But
Yeah,
I also
me
I
and you
also
too,
don't.
bro.
But you know, but at the same time, it's like I'm also kind of glad because it gives us more time
Uh-huh.
to theorize and to have these kind of discussions. So it's like, oh, well, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm ready for it. And Bronson Wright Wolf's in the house. What's up, Bronson? Send a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, have you put up a poll for any of my ideas I've sent you for a live stream? Actually, Bronson, no, I'm not doing a poll because there's one in particular that I really want to talk about, and we're going to do it in May, coming up next month. I'm already planning on doing it, and it's a live stream on discussing horror movies and their remakes. Because you know,
Mm.
there's so many remakes, JT, out there.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, tons. And so I thought it's a great suggestion that we discuss the original versus the remake,
yeah.
and you know, and kind of compare them and how we
There's gonna
feel
be a
about
lot
them.
out there that just doesn't compare, but there's a
Yeah.
few out there you go, okay, a little
Mhm.
bit of competition.
Yep.
So yeah, that's actually a
Yep.
good idea.
It is a great idea,
Yeah,
and I love it. So Bronson, thank you so much, man. Yeah, next month in May, we're gonna pull the trigger on that, looking at original horror movies and their remakes. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the super chat tonight and your support as always every month. Much appreciated. And you know, for your super chat, Bronson, man, one thing that's important, JT, no matter what your job is work safety.
yeah,
And right,
absolutely.
we've got to be safe. You can't have injuries, you know.
I like
And
what's coming.
and yeah,
Just I like how you build it up.
well, it's true, man. We got to be careful so we don't injure ourselves or our coworkers. And unfortunately, this particular fella found out the hard way that you got to pay attention to safety rules. Here we go.
I just figured I could reach over, make a measurement, and I'd be done with the job. I knew better than to wear my gloves when I was operating a lathe. I knew better than to calibrate while the lathe was running. It was a stupid mistake, and it's one I'll be paying for the rest of my life.
That's my favorite one, dude.
I know
It's
it
my
is.
favorite one. And then it's just so fake. It's like maybe God took that arm because it was bigger than this one, so he's probably saying you should stop doing certain things. Apparently, a lot, so he took it from you
Oh
because
my
it's
gosh,
a sin what he's doing.
dude.
My favorite one,
Well,
though.
it's my
And the replay's going back to it, like
yeah. It's like a creature from the Black Lagoon or something. Some kind of creature coming out with it. I'm like, nobody sounds like that. That is like a creature from a horror movie.
yeah, it's
That's just
yeah.
great.
There's that. Yeah, nobody screams like.
Wow.
I must exorcise the demons. It's like the devil's coming out of that boy.
Oh man,
Oh,
Lord have mercy,
I
bro.
love that one. No, that's my favorite one.
I knew it. I always remembered that was your favorite. I said, oh, I gotta play this one for JT, man. They got to do it.
Yeah, good
Oh
stuff.
my gosh, good stuff. Guys, listen. We're gonna start heading out, looking at the exit door here pretty soon. So we're gonna go for probably about 10 more minutes or so, and then we're gonna call it a stream. So this is what else? What do we say? Last call.
Let's go.
Right. Last call for if you want to send in a super chat to support the channel, you can certainly do so. right now, as folks have been doing tonight. But I just want to give you the heads up so that you know it's coming and you won't be surprised by it. So JT, we've got some other questions that have come through, and
All right.
there's one that I really concur with as well, and I was very vocal about this when this happened, and it's when Gary Barber decided he was not going to pay Patrick Dempsey enough a salary to return to play Mark Kincaid, because that was the plan. That was the plan. And when he scripted, they were reaching out to him to be Mark Kincaid, and so let's look at and see here at Rocky's comment. What's up, Rocky Balboa?
There you go.
There you go. I'm excited for 7, but I'm still bummed about Patrick Dempsey not being Sydney's husband, especially with Roman returning and him being the chief of police. I mean, yeah. So JT, what are your thoughts on the Patrick Dempsey issue that went down?
It puts a kink in things. I will say stupid, because I was thinking, I only think of one Mark when I hear Mark in the Scream franchise, and that's Kincaid, McDreamy. So now we got another Mark. So you can't bring the other Kincaid back because now you got 2 Marks, and you'd be like, all right, which one? Well, Kincaid. Well, see what it does. It's like you couldn't give her husband another name. It's like, I know they said something in 5, or maybe it's just he's on a case or something, and then work out. But it's just it's unexcusable, because it just makes no sense. Like, that's not the Mark that I know. So now we're not getting him back because now Mark's back. Okay, so now you're with this Mark. Maybe she has a thing with Marks. Billy didn't work out. So it's just, I don't like it. I think if they couldn't get Patrick Dempsey right, something to explain why he wasn't there. Maybe he got kidnapped at the very end. Something you could do something and just go, oh, let's go with this Mark. I think it's just a cheap cop out, but I'm not happy. I like Kincaid. I really did.
Same here, buddy. I was a fan.
I was hoping he was coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
have him open kill. If you're not going to pay him that much, could he, take enough to just, okay, we explain why Sydney's all protected, because it's kid's dad or her husband. And if they kill, I hate this as a spoiler, but if, say, her husband did die, why didn't you just make it Kincaid?
Right.
Like, he's going to say, if he's the open, I'm not saying he's open to kill, but if he is, make it. Why don't you just pay enough? I mean, I'm sure he'd take a cut. It's like, hey, you mind if you die?
Right.
We want to keep you into the universe. You're part of this thing. But no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, I echo what you said, and that was what I said when it happened. I was so disappointed, man. I'm like, you can't pony up and pay this guy. Come on, not just, he was not asking for $10 million or something like that.
No
number.
I mean, you bring Stu back, you're bringing Roman back, but you're bringing Roman back from 3. You're not gonna pay enough. You're gonna get money from this film, especially everybody knows Stu's coming back. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
retire now, because
he seriously does. He needs to leave Spyglass and just let it go and retire. And let's get somebody in there who's with it, who's has a vision that's for the, what I mean, like a Jason Blum.
Yeah,
Blumhouse. That's how he operates. And I'll never forget what Christopher Landon told me when I had him on the channel. He said, one thing about Jason, about working with Blumhouse, which, by the way, his newest film, Drop, is a Blumhouse film.
Yeah.
He said Jason Blum does not interfere with any of your creativity.
Yeah, you got a short window, but you can do whatever you want. And that's who you really want to go with at the long run. Like,
absolutely.
That's why I said Nightmare on Elm Street needs to go there, because I don't think he'll intervene whatsoever. It's like, you do you.
He has freedom.
I'll get the
really
deal. Yeah, it's like and that's why I said Friday 13th, because you got Victor and Sean. They both got the rights, so you got to find a big enough studio to do a deal between 2 of them, and that's either Warner Brothers, it's either Universal or Blumhouse. Now that's why I think Blumhouse is hoping. I hope they get Friday 13th. If not, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's going to do it.
Hey, JT, you realize that if Blumhouse does get the next Nightmare movie.
And then Friday
Well,
13th, he did
well,
all the
no.
big ones. Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, no, that's true too. But
Yeah.
no, what I was going to say was, that means that the IP will now be with Blumhouse Films and Atomic Monster because they merged with James
I
Wan.
know. That's why I want Nightmare. That's why I want
Dude,
Nightmare to go there, dude. That's if I had only one wish. Is
man,
I would be surprised if they didn't have one do Nightmare. Jason's a pretty smart guy,
right?
and whatever Juan does,
Yeah.
it's gold. He
It's
turns
going
it
to
to
be
gold.
gold. Yes.
And I think a lot of Nightmare fans would like, yeah, get one.
I'm one.
Flanagan or one. One of the two.
Flanagan too. That's
That's
another
all
good
I'm
one.
going to be happy. If it's neither one of those two, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I still want to see Freddy. But
Oh, you'll be there. Come on, bro.
I'll be there. Just don't screw it up. And and yeah, I definitely want Blumhouse. Supposedly, the last rumor was the Craven Estate had the U.S. rights.
Yes, they do.
New Line has international, but it's going to go to New Line. They want Blumhouse. They're thinking Blumhouse, and I'm like, oh, it's like, please. It's like and that was months ago. I heard that. I'm like, and find out the guy who did Evil Dead Rise, it was the Mummy. I was really hoping it was going to be Nightmare on Elm Street, but they're doing the Mummy. But it's a waiting game.
Well,
just
hey,
like
man.
Scream, we're eventually we'll get them.
Yeah.
We might be 50, but
right?
Exactly. We'll get them eventually.
Eventually, it's coming, man. It's coming. And Paula sent in a question that I thought we could just touch on real quick. I have a feeling I'm going to. Well, we'll see. She wants to know if we would like to see Vince's come back in a flashback, like more scenes showing Vince in the movie. What do you feel about that? Because that's from Scream 5.
If he's a little kid, that would make sense. Like it starts flashback starts with him like playing with cars, and they're there talking about what they're going to do because he's so small, he ain't gonna know what they're talking about, and they're planning everything. Okay. Or maybe flashback when if he in 5 he dies,
right?
And then in the distance you see Stu standing there.
Ooh.
Something he goes, no, this wasn't part of the deal. Families, you don't touch family, or maybe he's not part of the cult and Stu was just there or he heard about it. But yeah, if you want to make Vince like maybe the reason why Stu comes back, he could be in hiding. If no cult, he's in hiding. Vince, could it bring him back? You would have to do a flashback or something to explain that, not just be a nephew. Was he close to his nephew? I mean, because we don't know how old his sister is. We don't know. And to me, I always thought Stu was the baby because in the first one, it's like, did you really call the cops? Yeah. Oh, my mom and dad's going to be so mad at me. That sounds like something the baby would say, because he doesn't do anything wrong.
He's spoiled. Yeah.
Spoiled. So, it just, why not? If there's a purpose and it makes sense in the movie with everything, why not? I mean, he didn't really get a lot of the screen time, which he was a dick. Let's be honest. He was a dick. But if you explain why he was, maybe his mom wasn't around, maybe helping Stu. Right. He was always alone. He didn't have nobody. Okay. We play off that.
Sure.
But if it makes sense, I'm up for
it. Same here. That's how I feel. I think it's got to make sense. There's got to be a purpose to it. And it's got to have some type of connective tissue to the storyline, because I don't want to see a flashback just to see a flashback. It needs to have weight to the story they're telling in 7.
Yeah.
And like you say, maybe that weight is not in seeing Vince as much as it is seeing Stu with Vince at some point.
Yeah.
Before he's dead, or maybe after.
Or that, and Stu hiding, he bought him a car somehow, or, Stu was really only there hidden for him because Vince knew who his uncle was. Maybe Vince knew Stu was hiding, but Stu was always there for him because his mother wasn't. Anything. If it just makes sense. I'm up for it. If it's just like, okay, we really don't know who Vince is. He's there driving down the street. That would make sense. I mean, if he seems just driving down the street, oh, there's Vince's car. But you know what I mean? It's like I could done without it. But if it just part of the plot makes sense, just connecting everything. Because you got to think, flashbacks supposed to connect everything. Yeah. If we get one that says off, it can just, no. But
Yeah, man. And what I desire is connect. It needs to connect to the past,
Mhm.
and it needs to reveal us new information
Yeah.
that we
New
don't
layers.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
For sure.
that's big for me. Got to have the new information. All right, guys. Well, listen, we are coming up on it. We're almost at the hour and a half mark. And whenever JT and I got together, we
Like
talked
always.
about 90 minutes, right? And so
About
this
an
is
hour.
about an
Okay.
hour. Okay.
Never.
Never,
It's
dude.
always an hour. I'm a
It's
bad influence.
always.
Just
No, you're
don't
not
know
at
how to
all.
shut up.
You're good, bro. Come on. But in all seriousness, guys, please go and subscribe to JT's brand new channel. If you're here and I know there's people join throughout the evening when we stream. And if you're here and you've not yet subscribed to his brand new channel, Nightmare on My Stream, which is just great. Let's get him up. Let's get those sub numbers up for him. Let's show him some love from the community. And he's going to be streaming. Your goal is to stream once a week, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be once a month. So it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm trying to get
Okay,
between you and night. That's why we
got it.
always like because it's all about respect for me. And I'm not one of those. Well, I'm on a stream
Same.
here because I don't care. No, I'm not like
Right.
that. It's like you don't want to make the community choose. Well, he's on and he's on and he's.
True.
I don't do that. Even though we're all one big
Right.
community, I don't do that. But once a
Same.
week for right now. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all kind of stuff that really would y'all want to talk about because y'all gonna be the bosses. Games, giveaways. You never know. I might be giving a print away.
Ooh,
There's always a
hey.
reason to check out the channel.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. So there's the link again. Thank you, Mayanne. And for everyone, please go smash that button, hit the subscribe button, and you're going to be all set for JT's content once you're just coming in. Hey, Jeff Hill says just subscribe. There we
All
go.
right, thank you.
Got another one for you,
They're
JT.
part of the stream fiends. That's what the community is going to be called because we're not fans, we're fiends. We want more and more horror.
That's
so
right.
we're going to have
Love
fiend
it.
feature, fiend of the week, fiend of the month, fiend questions. We're going big.
I love that, Jay. It's going to be great, JT. Well, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the stream tonight. I certainly did. This was y'all's reward challenge stream from last night that you guys met the super chat goal for a reward challenge. And here we are. We did it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I want to give a shout out, another sub for you there, JT.
Thank you. Welcome.
I want to also give a shout out before we go to Stella G. And I don't know if Stella's still here. She was here not too long ago. I saw her. But
yeah, she's still here.
Okay, good. Stella G, this was her idea. And she won a rewards challenge last month where you could get to pick a topic that was Scream related. And she sent this to me in an email. And I said, yeah, this is good stuff. This is great. So I told her we would do it in April. And here we are on the 17th. So the reward challenge it's kind of a double reward for last night and a reward for Stella winning. So I really enjoyed the topic. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Did you have a good time, buddy?
Oh, I had a blast. Like I wrote some stuff down, and we can always do a part 2 of this. We're
gonna have to do a part 2 because you're right. We didn't touch on
nearly what I got. I got like 15 things, so it's kind of hard to put 15 things in 90 minutes. So we can always do a part 2.
Yeah, always. We will.
We might talk about it tomorrow because I'll also be joining.
That's right.
32K. So
hey, you never know.
And also, you never know. I might be donating something. So just maybe. You never know. You go over the night channel and it's going to be a party, fun, games, trivia, prizes, maybe.
It's going to be awesome. Maybe. Yeah, awesome. So, Mayanne, if you could put a link to Knight's 32K stream tomorrow night, is celebration party. That would be amazing so that we can all go and support Knight and celebrate with them. It's going to be a very special night. And DTA just subscribed.
Right. Artman, welcome.
Yeah,
to
buddy.
The Fiends.
Yes, the Fiends. There you go. Thank you.
Because you got the Cravenites and he has the Watchers.
True.
So I'm like, I got to come up with something that's can fit. And yeah, we're fiends because we just want more and more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
That's what horror fans are, we're fiends. So I'll do shirts and everything.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm
there'll be
excited, man.
giveaways. Yeah, it's like I'm really excited for this channel. I feel like a kid again. I'm so excited.
Oh
So
man, that's when you know you got something. You got something
Yeah.
going. Wayne just subscribed as well.
all right, yeah, we was gonna do like I was gonna wait till the 30th on Robert England's birthday. So we're gonna celebrate his birthday on a Wednesday. I don't want to wait that long. I've been patient. It's like I want to get to the streaming, talk to people, their series and all that, and have fun. Because I've been gone really 8 months. I've been gone.
That's true.
That's the
It's
last
been a
time me and you
while.
streamed. We've talked about Thanksgiving too.
Gosh, man.
And then 7 months for Movie Bros. We was watching They Live. You invited me to watch They Live.
Oh yeah.
So I've been gone a minute.
It is. I didn't realize it had been that long. I
Yeah,
know it
me
had been
neither.
a
Because I
long
always
time.
like all the videos, but that's how I do.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time? It was Thanksgiving too, and it was 8 months ago.
Wow.
So I'm like, been a minute.
Crazy. Well, you know what? It's not going to be 8 months before you're back. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. It's
We gotta get you, now, especially on you work on a schedule that makes it
yeah,
easy.
day shift. So like pretty much I get home by 5 o'clock. So 7, 8, 9, I'm completely free all week. So
Yes, I love that you're on a new schedule now. That's so funny. Marianne just says you have him more often. I know he's got a new schedule. I know. I was just talking about that. It's great.
it was
So there's
funny
more
when I streamed on the
opportunity.
other channel. They all was like, I good to see it, but they was talking like, where have you been? It's like, why are you streaming? It's like, because I just appeared out of nowhere.
Well, we're going to definitely do it more often, and I'm excited for the next time, and really enjoyed this one as well tonight.
This
As
was fun.
always, bro.
Thanks for the invite. This was fun.
Yeah,
Definitely missed it. It's been too long.
It has. It just way
You're my
too
theory.
long.
Yeah, you're my theory buddy. You know, we always
I know.
do theories, so it's like it's
Always.
always.
And it's fun, and it's such a fun time. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna stay on it, guys. Lots more theories to discuss, wish list things we want to see, lots of stuff we haven't gotten into, but we will. We got time because the movie didn't come out till February 27th of next year,
and it'll
so
be here
lots
for
of
you
time.
know because we're already
Yes, it
pushing
will.
May, so it's like
You're right. We'll be
we're
in May in like
we're
2
literally
weeks.
halfway from to Halloween,
Ooh,
technically. So it's like
that's
think about that
nuts.
halfway to Halloween Fest
Gosh,
Floor, maybe.
bro. Maybe.
I'm already putting it in there. I like to plan ahead.
I love that. You're planning before Night I even playing. That's fantastic.
If
All
he's
right,
listening,
guys.
he'd be like, "Shut up!" Like, it's like we're not getting there yet.
Yeah, we got a little ways to go. But no, this is fun, and I want to thank everyone in the chat for being here. Thank you for your super chats, for those who were able to do that, and for memberships and gifted gifted memberships rather, and membership anniversaries. Much love to all of you. You know, I appreciate you. I will see you all, I hope, now tomorrow night on Night's channel at 6. I think it's 6:30.
Yeah, because I think I'm coming on at 7:15 to 8:15. That's my time slot. I feel like a comedian. Here's your time slot.
You got your slot. That's
I got
right.
my slot.
All right, guys. We're going to catch you guys tomorrow night on Night's channel, and I'll be back here Saturday night for another stream at 7 o'clock Central, and you just never know who may pop up. You just never know. So, guys, we'll see you then. Thanks for being here. And JT, I'll see you backstage, buddy.
All righty.
All right, guys. See you next time. Good night.
Cecilia Murphy, baby. Been a while.
Yeah.